Have you ever seen a wet Florida dog?
No, but I've seen the documentary Seeking Mavis Beacon, and we're talking to the producers and the people behind it. We got Jazmin Jones as well as producer Olivia McKayla Ross in the building.
Guys, welcome to Side Dish.
Hey!
This is the part of the show where I tap my papers like they're on a desk.
Very professional, very news-like, yo. Welcome to Side Dish. I'm Headkrack.
What's up? I'm Tanner. Guys, Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in on Tuesday with us. We have a very cool show today.
A very cool show. I love when we have company. You know what I'm saying? They even fluffed the pillows for us just to make sure the company was going to be comfortable. Big shout out to all our Fox soulmates that are tapping in, checking on us, as well as the loyal Dish Nation fans as well.
Oh, man. So how's your Tuesday been going?
So far, it's good. Been a lot of craziness because I stayed up really late last night to prepare for, today's guests who have a very, very cool documentary that they put together called Seeking Mavis Beacon. We're going to talk all about that in a little bit, but there was a lot of sad things to, get into yesterday as well.
Do we want to jump right to the sad thing? Can we do that? Can we jump right to the sad thing?
Let's go happy and then sad.
Happy and then sad?
You'll build it.
All right.
Little ebb and flow.
We'll come back into it. Okay.
All right, so on the feed me side of things, all right, you know how sometimes you're going through your cabinet, right? Spices, whatnot. Things kind of look similar. But there's truly some people out there who can't read. Like comedian Alex Falcone, who went viral for a video he made about how the spices cinnamon and cumin should not be in the same colored jars because they have too many letters in common. Cinnamon is a way larger word, sir. I don't understand how this would have happened to you.
They don't look that similar. Cinnamon and cumin.
However, if they put a line of cinnamon out and a line of cumin out and you had to be like, all right, which one's which?
Hold on a second. I'm not smelling cumin for anything.
Well, no, I didn't say smell it.
Oh, you said this is a family-friendly show. I don't know what any of you were.
So what this guy actually ended up making instead of cinnamon-flavored oatmeal, it was actually fajita spice. Take a look.
Fajita spice.
Cinnamon and cumin have too many letters in common to be pretty similar colors and to be in the same cabinet. Related news, if anybody would like my recipe for fajita spiced oatmeal, just let me know. So after I posted that little bit about my dumb oatmeal mistake, I accidentally created one of the funniest comment sections that I have ever seen. It turns out I'm not the only one who does some cooking while tired. Ask me about my cumin and sugar toast recipe. That would pair nicely with my banana bread with a hint of cumin. Fajita granola, cumin sprinkled tres leches. You can also do it wrong the other way. My fall flavored guacamole didn't go well. Cinnamon hummus, also chili oatmeal. It's a real shock when you think you've grabbed cinnamon. You can also grab cayenne pepper. A lot of people made that mistake, but it goes way beyond brownish red spices. I accidentally put chicken stock in the morning smoothie instead of almond milk. I once used aerosol eyeglass cleaner as breath spray. I sprayed my prized flowers with weed killer. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I sprayed hairspray under my armpits and deodorant on my hair, possibly more than once. Egg beaters in half and half looked too similar, so I had a cup of scrambled coffee. Diaper cream rash and toothpaste mixed up, so there was a surprisingly refreshing minty fresh kid's butt. And then this is the opposite, putting the wrong one in your mouth. How are we still alive as a species?
Yo, man, people need glasses.
Yeah, definitely need glasses. Also, we're so busy. Maybe we can slow down just a little bit. Like, grab me that cumin,
Yo, but I'm such a flavor dude that a couple of those things that he mentioned in that flow of things he was mentioning, I would give it a run.
I feel like you could legitimately have your own food travel show. The people don't know how passionate you are about food and flavors and specific items at specific places.
This is why I'm only in shape 30 days out of the year. Cinnamon hummus, I'd give it a run.
Like dessert hummus?
Ryan got my back there. He said he would try it.
He said he'd give it a go?
Yes.
Wow.
Because hummus is so default it tastes like much of nothing, right? Hummus is going to take the property of whatever you add to it. So just imagine if you hit it with a little bit of cinnamon, or maybe even the cinnamon toast crunch dust that be left at the bottom of the cinnamon toast crunch bag.
Cinnamon toast dust is drugs. That's amazing.
Now you have somewhat of a healthy hummus, but that's flavorful.
A dessert hummus dip. Okay, all right. Wait, what do you say? Banana bread with a hint. Okay, he keeps going. All right, this next one, man, this just popped up organically in my feed, and you can never get enough Florida. And this is Florida with a capital F. The guy holding the camera, if you listen really closely, he's at this like farm, I'm guessing, because he's actually looking for a dog. Like this guy who we're about to see has dogs that I think he's given away or selling or whatever. And then he shows him a big old Florida dog. So check this out.
Hey! Come on, get up here. Get up here. Come on. Dinner spot.
Here it comes.
Whoa, look at this.
Man.
Look at that big mouth.
Oh my
you
God.
big boy. Wow. Take it easy.
Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Here's the best part.
Baby, look at that.
I would
Man,
never
look
be
at
that
this work, man.
That's a good dog. Oh,
That's a good
I'm out here
dog.
looking for a
You
real
need
dog.
glasses too.
He says, that's from quick_808. He says, I'm here looking for a real dog. This guy's out here petting a whole gator.
And at what point do you feel comfortable enough with the temperament of the gator to where like, yo, I'ma pet it. Yo, turn on your back. Let me rub that gator belly of yours. Like,
I love the idea, like, because you know I like raccoons. And so I like the idea of taming a wildish animal, but a gator's another level, dude.
yeah. I've seen so many different videos where like, you know, people think they got a pet gator
Right.
or like you got a circusly trained gator. And the next thing you know, your mouth is in the gator mouth and the gator start doing that little death roll that it do. And now your whole arm is braided
Oh, your arm's gone.
and then it snaps off.
Yeah.
In that order. No, thank you.
But also that gator, if there was a gator, the way that man threw that gator a couple pieces of chicken and then the gator like came down and he was like patting him on his head and the gator looked like he was smiling, but they just always look like that because they got a million teeth.
Yeah, that's another thing about gators. They are deceptionally unhappy because when you see them with their mouth open, they're like, hey, what's up?
Andrea K said the gator ate that dog, yo. Dang.
Fair enough. That's why the gator looked happy when it came out. Miss Naughty 93 says, stop playing with us. We don't see alligators like that.
Yeah.
I asked, what part of Florida are you in, Miss Naughty?
Yeah, come on now. You know dang well you see gators like that. You just have to know how to roll with it. Hilarious.
Nigel Hot Dog said, I am not white enough to be in that situation.
Let me tell you, Florida's another kind of white, man. That's this white. This is Florida white.
Not the back of loose leaf paper. All right, man. Last little thing we got for you on the Feed Me thing. You ever cop anything off of Temu?
You know, I haven't hit the Temu craze yet. I'm not on the Temus.
Yo, Temu be selling a lot of things. Like you can get clothes from Temu. You could even get electronic equipment. I don't know how good it's gonna be. However, someone bought a Croissant lamp and she was actually shocked to find out what it was actually made of.
So I got this Temu lamp as a gift from my sisters, and I had it in my room, and I came home from work after the hot day and there was like hundreds of ants underneath it, and I was like,
What?
why the would ants want a fake croissant? And like, I'm almost wondering if this is a literal real croissant covered in resin, because they were going in the holes. And anyway, I just poked a bigger hole. And it, like, low-key looks like a croissant under there.
There's bread in there.
Listen to that snap, that crunch.
Dude, like,
They just
that looks like a
coated a croissant
actually
in
joking
resin or some kind of glue.
that looks like pastry.
But here's the wild part.
Look at the crumbs.
This feral individual's about to take a
No,
bite.
she's not.
Yo.
Don't do it. Why is it always my cousins? God, what are we doing out here? What are we doing, folks? That's three of my cousins in Feed Me. This whole Feed Me is my people messing up dogs.
What was the first story again?
Messing up Seasoning Man.
Oh, yep.
And then we got Florida Man.
3P.
Yeah, we had 3P back to back to back.
I would have expected this off of Etsy, but
Yeah.
not Temu.
Golly.
Like, that is brilliant though. Like, how do you know you have the right size croissant to like hollow the bottom out and put like a little bulb in it and sell it with resin on it? And she only realized something was wrong when she saw ants crawling up to it in her bedroom.
Yo, people are so, I don't know what to say. Like, how are people this stupid? I'll give Seasoning Man a pass.
Okay, maybe
That's a quick one.
late
You're
at night,
hungry,
late
late at
paying
night.
attention.
Yeah, I'll give that. But you have to take time to build a relationship with a girl. Come up here, dog. You gotta, that takes a while. You're feeding that alligator maybe a year before you can pat it on his head. And then croissant lamp lady, eating it.
CLL?
CLL. A croissant lamp.
Yeah, man. I hope she's still okay.
I hope she's fine.
Yeah, big ups to her, man.
Yeah.
Switching gears real quick, in sad news, man. James Earl Jones passed away yesterday, man. He was 93 years old, and for those who don't know, man, James Earl Jones was not only the voice of Darth Vader.
Oh, God.
He was also the voice of Lion King's Mufasa. He was in Field of Dreams, Coming to America, King Joffrey Joker, man.
He was in Conan with Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day. Yeah.
You know what? I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
That's right. The crazy thing is, like, in my head, I always picture, like, older James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I saw, like, some tributes of him earlier when he was, like, young. You know what I'm saying? Had the, like, the low Caesar and stuff like that. You know, knew where the gym was at.
Oh, sure.
You don't get a chance to celebrate that version
What's
as much as the older version.
Well, our whole life he's been older, you know.
Like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he's 93. So that's a huge, big, wonderful life and big, wonderful career.
Yep, and he's one of the few celebs to actually achieve EGOT status. He got 3 Tonys, 2 Emmys, 1 Grammy, and an honorary Academy Award.
Yeah, James Earl Jones is like one of the few people whose like voices I feel like just has power in and of its sound. Like there's voices you can recognize, but then like when he says it just better.
Yo, I remember when I switched my navigation voice to James Earl Jones.
Wait, what?
That was a thing you could do during a pocket of time. I can't remember if it was like a TomTom exclusive or
Really?
something that Waze was doing. They would do the celebrity voiceovers from time to time.
You have missed your exit.
Bust a left, my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, it was lit. I was like, yo, I want to keep this going forever. And then after a while, it switched back to the old school voice, man.
Yeah.
But, yo,
R.I.P.
man, we'll never forget you. Thank you so much for your
Absolutely.
contributions to the arts, my brother.
Truly the thank yous. That's the thing. There's so many good memories that these people have given us.
Indeed, indeed. Well, listen, we got some very special guests. Get ready to join us in a minute. Well, actually, 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. We're going to do a quick commercial, but this time you're actually going to get commercials because we are moving on up. And so please stick with us. Do you want to tease who we got coming up?
Yo,
I mean, you
listen,
told them earlier.
There is a brand new documentary that is, making its rounds right now. It's called Seeking Mavis Beacon. Now, to anybody who had a respectable computer lab or computer at the crib, you're familiar with Mavis Beacon. Low-key, she taught you how to type.
Yep.
They did the deepest dive that anyone can do on the subject. We have Jazmin Jones and Olivia McKayla Ross in the building to talk about the doc. Don't go nowhere. You rocking with Side Dish.
Special day. I'm one of those guys who grew up with the Mavis Beacon software. I remember the woman on the cover and her teaching me to type. Today we have Jazmin Jones and Olivia McKayla Ross with us. She is the director and the producer of the film. Guys, welcome to Side Dish.
Thank you for That's so exciting.
No, man, the whole aspect of what you guys are doing is very exciting because I love Me and Tanner talk all the time about like going through rabbit holes. And sometimes I will become very fixated on something and I won't stop until I'm done doing the research. You guys actually did the research on, all right, cool, who is this Mavis Beacon person that told us all the type and then and kept going?
Well, let's do this. I mean, I imagine, and I could be totally wrong, but I imagine there might be some people who are watching right now who's Mavis Beacon. And so how would you answer that?
I'd say Mavis Beacon is the biggest woman in technology. She was the first anthropomorphized piece of software. So it's the first time that consumers could buy a game and it kind of felt like there was someone on the other end talking to them. And so, yeah, Mavis Beacon Teaches Typing is a game that would teach consumers how to type. I learned it at school. We also had a copy at home. And you had this really sweet, kind of auntie-esque black lady who was there guiding you in improving your typing speed.
So at this point in your life, how well can you type?
Ooh, okay, you guys are really asking the hard-hitting questions. So the funny thing is, you will never see me type in this film because I never wanted to undermine Mavis Beacon's teachings. I really admire her as an educator, and it's not about me and my typing speed. It's really about the journey we all go on together.
Do you feel like if people saw you type, they'd feel like, yo, Mavis let you down?
Oh.
Yeah, you know, like, I would hate to cast any doubt on Mavis Beacon's typing, and I wouldn't want to be caught hunting, pecking, here. I have perfect form all the time. This film is also about how truth and facts get made, so...
Well, that's going to be my next question. Of course, all of us have 100 words per minute perfectly.
Yeah.
But tell us about the beginning of the idea, because I understand it's like you're looking for the woman who's represented as the character Mavis Beacon. How did this begin?
Yeah, so honestly, it began as all good rabbit holes do with a little Google search. I am an artist. I do a lot of art about existing online as a black femme. And so when I looked into Mavis Beacon, I was like, what an interesting casting decision to have this black woman as this fictional character. And there's like a whole Mandela effect. A lot of people still think that Mavis Beacon is a real person. And then, there were a lot of inconsistencies in the reporting. And I, as a black woman, am always interested in talking about the representation of black women in mainstream media. And I thought we might have a little movie here. And Olivia is a great technologist and theorist in her own right. And I thought, who better than to help me go into this representational rabbit hole.
Now, how did you and Olivia link up?
So it happened a few different ways because we were at the same arts and technology conference. That was like the first time. But then Jazmin was organizing in New York City with this collective that was really looking at solidarity and using the arts to kind of help build ties. And that particular summer, it was a decentralized school. And it was my first time. I had just graduated high school, and I wanted to teach a class about cyberfeminism. And that was the first platform I had to do that. And it just so happened that was the class that on my 18th birthday, Jazmin's partner, who was our cinematographer for the actual documentary Seeking Mavis Beacon, was also recording that class. And Jazmin edited that footage. And so we kind of met again in this through the screen way. And then a few months later, Jazmin was presenting her research on Mavis Beacon to a class I was taking at the School for Poetic Computation, taught by American artists that was all about critical technology and critical computing history, and I was obsessed. And then the pandemic started, and it was lockdown, and then I got a DM. It was just all through the races.
Was that your DM where you was like,
Yes.
hey, I've been doing a little research, I found the craziest thing, or at the very least the thing where you were like, no, there's a bigger story here. And what was that?
Yeah, so as many people have said, it goes down in the DMs, and that's what went down for us. And Olivia, there is a 9-year age difference between us. I'm a millennial, she's Gen Z, but she was creating some really useful language to think about technology, right? I think often older generations were a little more paranoid around like, oh my God, it's so mysterious. Where is my data going? And Olivia, as a young technologist who understood how these things are made, was able to teach me a lot about my own existence in the digital realm. So yeah, the term that she used and that we come to define in the film is like a cyber doula, and that's a person like, you have like midwives or birth workers who, are stewarding healthy relationships to life or death in some cases, and Olivia was helping me think about Mavis Beacon as like a care worker in the realm of technology, right? And so it's like something particular to having a Black woman and a Haitian woman on the cover of this software that allowed like 10 million people to latch in to this game and kind of parasocially relate to her. So yeah, Olivia, she gave me the glossary and I sent the DM.
Man, listen, and the trailer had me hooked because on the strength of the trailer, you don't necessarily know what you're diving into. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage real quick.
When you see detectives in movies, they show you the map. They don't show them cutting out the pieces that go into the
Well, because
map.
that's the difference between a detective movie and a stalker movie.
Hello, I am wondering what's up with the Mavis Beacon hotline.
Is Mavis Beacon still alive? Is Mavis Beacon a real person?
She's like one of the first consumer-facing AI assistants. She predates Siri, Alexa, Cortana, and all of these servile fembots.
Remember that computer program that we used to learn in like elementary on that big ass computer?
Yeah.
So what they do to her?
All you need is one lucky break. Say you find her, what will it mean when you do?
Black women have a tremendous amount to say, a tremendous frenzy, a brainstorm to process. Maybe she is the natural spokesmodel for that.
A year ago, Olivia and I started this. We're like these DIY e-girl detectives. Trust us, we're harmless. We are...
That sounds even worse.
I'm so sorry.
What does it mean to be found and have that story told on one's own terms?
I wish I could just put her in your head.
You and I, like, we know, like, in our heads and in our hearts that society is kind of like gaslighting us.
You should record this because it's a little bit of history.
It's good detective work, Olivia.
My stockings finally paid off.
There are these histories of Black women supporting, teaching, and then somebody going off and having success that is not Black.
So if Mavis will not speak to you, now what are you going to do? What's your plan, filmmaker?
We don't need to be the beacons of excellence and hope all the time. I don't want to be a perfect Black person all the time. And I'm not.
Tell me real quick if she looks familiar to you.
Oh, I do know her.
You do?
In my journey to find out who is Mavis Beacon, I learned who she wasn't.
The fact that you're watching this video means you are energetically aligned with me and this message.
Wow. If that don't hook you in, and I'm looking at the comments, I really love this topic. Preach. Protect Mavis Beacon at all costs. Ticket. Somebody even said, Mavis Beacon is real to me, damn it.
Right. She lives in our hands. So in your research, like we know Mavis Beacon is a character, what was the name of the woman who portrayed her? And part of this is your journey to try to find her, right?
So there were many different women who modeled as Mavis Beacon, but we're interested in the original Renee L'Esperance. She faced the cover for 10 years. And yeah, it's also interesting, the last name L'Esperance translates to hope. So yeah, we're looking for Renee in particular, but Olivia and I are archivists in real life and are also just interested in the history of Mavis Beacon across the board.
Oh, very cool.
And even to go through the rabbit hole and look at all the different covers that existed, and one that was a big point of contention in the documentary is like the wooden face with the scratches.
Yeah.
That when they was trying to do something creative with the artwork because, they was trying to get away from having to pay the originals. And man, they went to the people's houses to go like meet the designers, and watching the trailer again just makes me want to watch the movie again because that part when you was trying to recreate the scene, the pictures like where her walking with the little boy, like.
Yeah, Olivia
Y'all
and
are
I-
fun together.
It's interesting. In some ways, this is like a very silly movie. We're trolling, we're having our fun, we're pretending to be detectives. And then we also take this, like the legacy of Mavis Beacon very seriously. There's several points in the movie where you might see me cry about it. So it's like, it's a very personal film, but also like, yeah, our investigation, it ranges from like being at kitchen tables with our friends, talking to other specialists in technology. Sometimes we're consulting spirit and pulling some tarot cards. It takes us all over and across the country, really.
What is it that you would want someone who watches this film to come away thinking? Like, what are the thoughts that you hope that they have, like as the credits roll and they go, wow, I never thought about?
I think for Jazmin and I, the thing that we'd want the audience to take away is really similar to what we took away, which is like part of why we also were like super intentional about like kind of allowing people to experience the whole journey through our eyes, is so that as we had kind of had these emotional transformations and like gained new understanding, that they also were able to kind of like feel through that experience. Is really like this idea of not just reclaiming power, but like reclaiming agency, and like understanding. I feel like for a lot of our relationship to technology, we kind of take stuff as a given, and like, you know, the instructions we're given for interacting with certain software, or like the kind of terms and conditions we're offered, oftentimes we don't ask any follow-up questions, you know? When we're asked to input information to a form, we give it. We don't really like think heads or tails about what happens next to it. And a large part of that is like, not because we're stupid, but because these systems are engineered to make that choice feel automatic. And I think one of the greatest gifts was really exploring how Renee L'Esperance makes her own decisions about that, and how, you know, despite there being so many years between us and her, like that decision like reverberates and feels really powerful. And so I think the decision on how you're gonna appear, whether it's on the internet, whether it's through the media, really understanding like all of these systems need our permission to continue, you know? And if we practice rescinding our permission, you know, our collective power grows every time we choose to do that.
Indeed. And you know, going back to the cyber doula thing, what was the canon event that happened in your life to where it's like, I'm gonna figure this out, and you really realized you were good at finding things and finding out very specific, hard to obtain information?
So when I was really young, like middle school time, like 10, 11, 12, I was just really into computers. And I wasn't into computers in like I didn't love like software development or making websites. I like wanted control. Like I liked like I liked puzzles. I liked specifically information about computers that felt like it empowered me and not just gave me the skills to like create, I don't know, stuff for capitalism, like, oh, like a game, a site, like things. And a lot of the like girls who code, like nonprofits, like often encourage a certain model of like what it looks like to be engaged with computer science. But when I was that young, I wanted to be a hacker. Like I wanted to know, I wanted to hack stuff. And so I was really, really excited about like, you know, the kind of techniques that are now part of a field called OSINT, open source intelligence, or like this idea of, like really like making systems work in a way that you wouldn't expect them to. And it was just like, my special 12-year-old interest, and and it was something that stayed with me throughout going through puberty, throughout graduating high school, as like a back burner way that I saw everything. So as I was picking up new hobbies and stuff, I always had that in the background informing how I saw other stuff. So it was really integrated.
It is beautiful that, you know, a passion that you started when you were 12, like, you know, went this far in life, and y'all have a phenomenal film out. And if people want to go to the website to see what cities, they can go check it out, and where do they go?
You can see a lot of the information on Neon's website, seekingmavisbeacon.com. It has the trailer. It has also a link to playing the game, Seeking Mavis Beacon Game.com, if folks want to test their typing speed. It's got affirmations, so you can test your typing speed by saying, you know, positive stuff, because we wanted to make the stuff that people were typing over and over again like feel good. And yeah, we are open in a lot of different cities this weekend.
Yeah, so let's see here. We are in New York and LA. I believe we're also in the Bay Area. We're opening in Atlanta. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Tonight we'll be in conversation with Boots Riley at the Plaza, I believe. Yes, really fun. And then in total, I think we'll be in 17 cities. So check out our website if you want to see the film. Also check us out, Seeking Mavis Beacon. That's our handle across all pages. Olivia and I, you might be able to get in touch with us. Send us a DM. We might just read it.
Yeah, we know that DMs work. The DMs work here. Well, you guys are hanging around. We've got some other stuff we're talking about. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing this story and hanging around and play with us. When we come back, we're going to be talking about Diddy's new lawsuit and whether or not he does or does not have to pay a whole lot of money.
You're going to need a cyber lawyer.
Wait, stick around. We got more side dish coming after the break.
You survived a 2-minute break, man. Welcome back to Side Dish. And we're still hanging out with our awesome guests, Jazmin and Olivia. And listen, it is Tuesday. And Diddy, you remember how you used to say, take that, take that? Maybe he was talking to the people who would sue him in the future. Because there is a dude who is getting a $100 million settlement because Diddy didn't respond to the lawsuit.
So yeah, this guy, his name is Derek Lee. There he is in the smaller. The
it's like a young Lawrence Fishburne.
The man who's not Diddy there. His name is Derek Lee Cardello Smith, and he made an allegation. He made a lawsuit from prison, but that back in 1997, Diddy sexually assaulted him. He provided some details that if you go read it, I'm not going to get into it. If he provided some details that you're like, wow, that's not a nice thing, and then he sued Diddy. Well, what's so crazy about this is like all the stuff that Diddy's going through, his lawyers or his legal team didn't respond to this suit at all. So when it shows up in front of a judge, she goes, well, there's no one to speak for them. What did you ask for in this lawsuit? This guy asked for $100 million, and she goes, fine, great, and signed it over to him.
Now, that is wild. I mean, the whole story is wild, but to just say, I want $100 million, and the judge would be like, okay, that's just crazy. With no real evidence or back it up, how do we know this legal team that mail didn't go to spam? And you know what I mean?
Olivia earlier was talking about hacking, and we love finessing. So for me personally, I'm not a big fan of the legal system, but in this situation, I think it's a kind of delightful outcome.
And this scenario, pro court.
Yeah. I think that worse things have happened, and Diddy, as we know, has come under fire for some things. I'm Team Cassie, Team Kim Porter. And so, if a man in prison who claims to have been victimized by Diddy gets $100 million, was it? I don't think that's the worst. I don't think that's the worst thing.
I think the payouts are supposed to begin in October, and it's at $10 million a month. I would be utterly shocked if some sort of I don't know how you rebuttal this, but if the legal team doesn't go, whoa, 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 whoa. But here we are at another crazy twist in the Diddy story.
But if it's that simple to get the money, I'm about to pipe up some allegations on Kirk Cameron from Growing Pains.
You're probably not going to get $100 million out of Kirk Cameron.
100,000, maybe. Faith-based. Man, it's hey, at the end of the day, man, no matter what you do, if you do something terrible, karma is a boomerang, and it's gonna come back and smack you in the back of the head. So maybe you didn't do this one, right? But maybe you did some other stuff that maybe you thought you got away with. And now here we are, and that's just crazy.
If there's any solace at all to be taken from solace, by the way, Mavis taught me that word. If there's any solace at all to be taken from the scenario, it's over the longest run, it seems to be the arrow bends towards justice in some way. And so I don't know if all of these things are true, which they very much seem to be, then he deserves to pay for them in some form or fashion. Maybe a combination of them. So
No Way Out wasn't just an album. It was actually a metaphor for this whole situation for him, man.
Yeah.
Well, in bright news, there are some people celebrating birthdays today. Hey. Now, what we do in this segment, right? We shout people out, and you let us know who gets the cake. That goes for y'all still in the chat, right?
You only get to pick one person to get the cake, though.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
All right, so we got Matt Rife, who is a comedian, well known for his crowd work. He turns 29 today.
Misty Copeland I can't believe she's 42. She's the first black female named to the American ballet squad or the team, the official, I forget what the official thing, but yeah, 42.
Okay. Happy birthday goes to Ryan Felipe, or Philippi if you're nasty. He turns 50 today. I remember him from Cruel Intentions.
Oh, classic Felipe. And the Big Daddy Kane is 56.
Man.
Okay, ladies, you can only give away one birthday cake. Who are you giving the cake to?
I think we're both in agreement on this.
Misty Copeland, I hope you have a wonderful birthday.
Yeah, Misty Copeland, enjoy that cake. Sorry, Big Daddy Kane, maybe you next time. I haven't Googled him hard enough to actually know if he earned the cake, but it's going to Misty.
Certainly Misty Copeland.
Big Daddy Kane has been one of the most non-problematic rappers in rap history. I mean, but not taking anything away from Misty Copeland, because she's out here doing her thing too.
Maybe Misty will share.
A little tiramisu or something.
Yeah, just like a
I feel like that's the thing is, as a former ballerina, you would think Misty Copeland perhaps maybe not a whole cake, maybe a tiramisu.
Yeah, she might want to share with everybody. I don't know if
all the cakes she couldn't get when she was on her grind.
There's that.
But we love any black woman who is the first in her field.
Yeah. Misty Copeland has literally been on point.
Yeah.
Hey.
So that's who you giving yours to?
Misty Copeland.
I'm a rep for the hip hoppers. I'm gonna go for Big Daddy Kane, who is out there dancing like he used to watch Misty Copeland videos. Because at 56, he still got it. I saw him last summer at some big old school hip hop fest, and the kid still got moves, man. So shout out to Kane. A lot of people are giving it to Misty Copeland in the chat, as well as Big Daddy Kane. What? No love for Ryan Felipe or Matt Rife?
Ryan Felipe's kind of fallen out of favor a little bit, and Matt Rife. I
spend a lot of time online. I know about Matt Rife.
Oh, you know about.
I know about.
I've seen the specials. I've heard the jokes. Hey, well, coming up here in a minute, we've got Tubi Tuesday, and then I think we're gonna hit a little segment to make us feel old. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that.
Amazing.
Okay.
There's no way they're gonna feel old. More side dish when we come back, man.
Welcome back to Side Dish. We still have Jazmin and Olivia with us. And guys, it is Tuesday, so we're going to do some Tubi Tuesday.
Oh yeah, now this movie right here has been living rent-free in my brain and optics for the better part of 8 months. I didn't see this when it came out in 1991, but you can watch it today on Tubi. Now, this movie is called Samurai Cop, and it is 1991 movie directed and written by Amir Shervin. A bunch of people just got together with cameras, a lot of money, and possibly some cocaine, and decided to make something that people will talk about for ages. People are still talking about it, but for all the wrong reasons. Check out the trailer.
Are you Fujiyama?
Oh gosh,
Yes, I
this
am.
is a classic.
Who are you? I'm a cop.
His real name is Joe Marshall. They call him Samurai. He speaks fluent Japanese. He got his martial arts training from the masters in Japan. He was brought over here from the police force in San Diego to fight us.
Would you like to me?
You're the one that talked me into bringing this moron from San Diego to fight the Japanese katana gang.
Bingo.
I want him dead. I want his head cut off and brought here.
Have you been circumcised?
Yeah, I have. Why?
Well, your doctor must have cut a big portion of it off.
I want his head on this piano so that every
Okay,
man
that
in my
man really is
organization
styling, though.
understands once more that no katana gets captured alive or cocked. Got that?
How did you know I'd come home with you?
Let's just say I can read eyes.
Ooh. Now, ladies, you just had a movie at Sundance. You're a couple cinephiles. You understand cinema. You understand storytelling. Based on what you just saw, is this something that you would like to go ahead and see the whole thing, or?
Would we?
Well, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? We love to have a few drinks with friends and get together, and we love a good laugh. And we're doing like a buddy detective shtick in our film, so Samurai Cop seems like a natural.
It's like Seeking Samurai Cop. Who knows if you're just looking for another
mashup?
Yeah,
because these people are still alive. I've been in the rabbit hole. Everyone in this film is still alive.
Oh, wow, really?
Even the Asian guy, yeah. Everyone's still around.
Wow. I mean, also, we love a little style, and that mullet was incredible. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll watch it for the mullet.
Absolutely incredible.
Yo, people in the chat, Franklin Beth was like, no thanks.
Just a solid no
Andrew
thanks.
said, I'ma skip it. My 2 cents, y'all said, oh no. Don't hate on it, man. Like, you gotta watch, it's one of those movies, you take your brain out, you sit it on the coffee table, and you cross your legs like this, and you roll your own cigarette, if you know what I mean, and then you just sit back and enjoy, the attempted cinematic history, man.
Bonnet Blogger says, I would like to report this film to the cops.
Okay. So that's how they feel about it. Samurai Cop. Aged well for some, not so much for others. Real quick, y'all want to feel old?
Yeah.
We're going to try to make you feel old. This might not make you feel old at all.
Okay.
All right, do you know who Deion Sanders is?
Yes, actually.
All right, at one point in time, he was actually not only just playing sports, he was playing all the sports. And he even had a music career. He had a song called Must Be the Money Where He Wore a brown suit and a red belt. Don't know why I remember the belt. However, 35 years ago in 1989, Deion Sanders made history by becoming the only person to ever hit a home run and score a touchdown in the same week.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Do you feel old, Olivia? I feel educated.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I feel like I learned some new information.
Here's what I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Bo Jackson never did that.
Yeah, because he
would've
was
thought
the guy
Bo-
for a second.
Yeah.
And then on September 6th in 1989, Deion Sanders hit a home run for the New York Yankees, and then 4 days later, he ran a punt back 68 yards to score a touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons.
Unstoppable.
Son is out here getting busy. Last little thing to make you feel old. If you had to guesstimate, how many years ago did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air come on TV for the first time?
Ooh.
What would you say?
The original series.
Which I say in the chat.
Ooh, at least 30. I'm gonna come in at 33.
I was gonna say 35, yeah.
What say you, Tanner?
Oh, okay. Fresh Prince first came out. I'm thinking 88, 89. How many years ago is that?
I think
This is why, ladies and gentlemen, you can never put anything over on women because they may not get the details 100% right, but they're gonna be damn close enough to know that you're lying. 34 years ago, in 1990, Will Smith made his TV debut on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I remember sitting in front of the TV, watching it come on for the first time, and this is like during the time where we weren't on TV like that, like heavy. There was the Cosby Show, it was a different world. I don't even think Martin dropped yet.
No.
So for him to be on TV, it was such a big deal. And that was 34 years ago.
Dude, 34 years ago is the first time someone went in West Philadelphia, born and raised. That's 34 years ago.
I feel like I got glaucoma just now.
Wow.
That's how old that story made me feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the arthritis claw.
I'm 34 years old, so
That was your birthday
my
present.
entire lifetime. Yes, exactly. One lifetime ago, yeah.
You were running neck and neck with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air your whole life.
Big things came out at that
That's
time.
right. A lot of great things happened.
A lot of great things were happening in 1990. Yeah.
Amazing.
That is wild. Do we have time for one more, or do we gotta go to break?
Oh, we definitely got time because we got a few minutes here. Okay, so it's also been 50 years since these movies came out. Let's see if you guys did Foxy Brown, 50 years. The OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Which one is that? Oh, Death Wish, starring Charles Bronson. I was gonna say Blazing Saddles came out 50 years ago.
Yo, and the crazy thing, I have weird takeaways from all these films. Like Blazing Saddles, all I remember is my man stole on a horse.
Oh, Mondo. Cold cocked the horse and knocked it out.
And I think it was a real horse.
Bodges? We don't need no stinking bodges. Yeah, that's back when they used to.
They used to be mean to animals. Like there'd be pockets of time where they would treat animals well, and there was the time the horse got stolen. And then there's one movie, Ong Bak. This guy throws a whole baby elephant.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Blazing Saddles?
I haven't. I think the only one that I caught on that list was Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown,
which
absolute
we love.
classic.
Pam Grier.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
really the baddest in the biz.
She
Shouts
still
out to
kind of
Pam
look like
Grier.
that.
Yeah, she really do.
Yeah,
she
like
really do.
Black don't be
Dang.
cracking.
Yeah.
Young Frankenstein, I believe that's also a Gene Wilder film. So he's got 2 classics on this list. And then The Godfather Part 2. Another great movie.
You know, I haven't seen none of the Godfather films. I did see Death Wish like on Betamax tape when I was
Death
a
Wish
kid.
is solid.
Yo, fun fact, Charles Bronson is not his real name. His real name is Chuck Kaczynski.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bronson sound way tougher.
Bronson sounds hard.
Chuck Kaczynski's getting robbed. And it taking they shake it. They doing that thing. He's an adult, but they doing that thing where they like lifting him up. Be like, what you got in your pocket?
Charles
man?
Bronson definitely beats up Chuck Kaczynski.
Oh, every day of his
For
life.
a fact.
Yeah. So.
All right, we're gonna take one more commercial break, then we're gonna come back with Whose Cousin Is It?
All right, man, welcome back to Side Dish. If you're just joining us, man, we are still hanging out with our good friends Jazmin and Olivia. They have a brand new movie coming out called Seeking Mavis Beacon, and it's going to be popping up in certain cities around the country.
That's such a cool poster, by the way.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shouts out. Yeah, Hassan Rahim designed it 12 a.m. On Instagram.
12:01 a.m.
12:01 a.m. on Instagram.
Super cool.
Best in the biz.
Cool. I'm definitely gonna tap in, like, yeah, because like the way the poster was set up, like, is it a horror movie? Is that E.T.'s hand? What's happening? I don't know what's going on, but yo, man. Listen, we got a few minutes left, and it's time for one of our favorite segments. Whose cousin is it? Now, for those who are joining us for the first time on Side Dish, you already know how it goes down. The person who did it is either gonna be my cousin, Tanner's cousin, or other. That's everybody else.
That's all the other cousins, which perhaps isn't the best way, most respectful way to talk about all the other cousins.
But we would run out of time naming every other delegate that it possibly could be.
Sometimes we say Chewy's cousin because Chewy used to work on the show.
Yeah, but actually he was on a segment last week.
He sure was. He's still with us.
He pops up like a Jedi ghost every now and then and still does content.
Just a blue ghost, like, what's up, guys? Fur.
Yeah, man. Long live Chewy. That's our guy.
Long live Chewy.
All right, man. Hit him with it, Tanner.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the crime or the alleged crime, but I'm going to leave out the name. And then judging on the crime, the nature of crime, where it is, whatever, you wager a guess whose cousin. Okay, so this is a crime. A 55-year-old man in Florida is facing a felony charge for, quote, impersonating a pizzeria. Impersonating a pizzeria. He'd go to hotels and he'd distribute fake flyers pretending to be a local pizzeria, only they would have his number. He would then take orders, make the pizza, and deliver them. So he was doing a business even though he didn't have a business.
And think about the type of work and level of excellence that it takes to do this. Because you're going to like FedEx, Kinko's, and you're printing out your little brochures. Maybe you're going to Alpha Copy, depends on which city you're in. And you're putting out a whole menu. It takes a lot of time to do this. You think you did it on Canva?
Oh, that's funny. Jazmin, Olivia, who's...
You know, there's a lot of information to go on here. My answer is partially based on diplomacy because I'm not going to give it to your cousin.
Okay.
That feels like it's a little bit of it's a lot of labor. It's a lot of work going into this finesse. I don't want to make your cousins seem like they're scammers, so I'm going to go other cousins.
Other cousins.
I'm going other cousins on this.
Okay.
You said Florida?
That's right, Florida. That's a hint.
It does complicate things a smidge.
Florida. I will also go other cousins, but that's also because I'm not sure if they count as other cousins or your cousins.
Ooh, interesting. Like my cousins, like kind of my cousins?
Like kind of your cousins.
Okay.
I don't know if they know they're your
like
cousins.
Irish versus Italian versus Norwegian?
Distant relatives, I don't know.
So we've got a couple HK cousins in the comments. We've got a lot of Tanner cousins in the comments.
Brady said Tony Danza's cousin because he'd be Italian.
We got a Chewy cousin in here. I feel like we need to give Tanner's cousins a break on this one. LOL. Tanner's cousin all the time for me.
We have to look at the type of food being made.
Okay.
Because pizzas, I think that's an interesting element here. I actually don't think your cousins would do that. I think there would be a different...
I feel like they'd pick a different thing.
It'd be a different thing.
Okay.
Yeah, if you spend enough time in Atlanta, you will know that we're remixing a lot of things out here. There's literally a thing I have saved on Instagram about a place that's making lemon pepper pizza. And I'm coming to see you, Douglasville.
Do you want to tell that? Are you guys... So we've got another cousin's vote. They're voting in the chat. Do we want to hit them with it, H?
All right. Move that van.
Here's the mugshot. That is Jose Marti Alvarez. Other cousin.
Yeah, that guy's real name is Jose Marti Alvarez.
Also, I just want to go on the record and say, like, what was his crime? Impersonating a delicious slice and then delivering it? Come on.
I want to know if he got found out because the food was bad or there was just something else. Because, if people were satisfied. That being said, you can't eat in everybody's home.
That's
and
true.
is a reason that we
Well,
have
it
standards.
was because the food was bad.
Oh.
He was making the food bad on purpose.
Oh.
Because he was saying that he was this one particular pizza place. I think as they go deeper into the case, they're gonna find out that maybe at one point Jose worked there at one point, and maybe he didn't get treated fairly at this place. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna show you. It's kind of like probably what happened between the two people that started Crystals and White Castle.
Oh,
He'd be
yeah,
I'll show
yeah.
you. And one decided to make a less good.
That's a little fan
product.
fiction, but
No, I heard somewhere that the people that like started Crystals and White Castle, they was the same crew at one point. Anyway, so shout out to Jose. Man, listen, if you're gonna go hard with your scam, go as hard as possible.
Go as hard as possible. Jazmin, Olivia, thank you so much for joining us. SeekingMavisBeacon.com, right?
Yes, SeekingMavisBeacon.com. Oh, if you have a tip or anything about Mavis Beacon.
If you have memories or just like real or imagined memories about Mavis Beacon, you played the game, you wish you played the game, you can call our memory hotline.
Oh, hit us with the number real quick.
575-SEEKING.
575-SEEKING.
Yes.
Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yo,
This
man.
was so fun.
Appreciate y'all pulling up on Side Dish. Go to SeekingMavisBeacon.com. And if you're in Atlanta, hit the website today because they're in town. And they're going to talk about the movie on the Q&A. See y'all on the next Side Dish on Thursday.
Bye.
Bye. Wow.
Thank you so much.